What's going on, fam? Matthew chapter 9, the king who restores the broken and mobilizes the harvest. Matthew 9 shows us that the authority of Jesus is not distant or theoretical. It moves towards the broken, interrupts ordinary life, confronts religious resistance, and ends with a missionary burden for the nations. If Matthew 8 shows the power of the king, Matthew 9 reveals the heart of the king. Point number 1, authority to forgive sins. The kingdom begins at the root. Jesus heals a paralytic, but first he does something more shocking. He says, "Take heart, son, your sins are forgiven." The scribes understand the implication immediately. Only God can forgive sins. Jesus doesn't correct them, he proves them right. The miracle is not the main point, it is a signpost. Healing confirms what forgiveness has already accomplished. Jesus' authority does not merely treat symptoms, it restores the human condition from the inside out. Point 2, authority to call the unworthy. Grace that rewrites identity. Jesus calls Matthew a tax collector, collaborator with the Romans, a traitor in Jewish eyes. No probation, no rehabilitation, no prison, just 2 words: follow me. Matthew rises and leaves everything. Jesus then eats with sinners, prompting religious outrage. His response defines the mission of the kingdom. I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners. The kingdom is not for the qualified, but the unqualified who understand grace. Point 3, authority that brings new wine. The incompatibility of old traditions. When questioned about fasting, Jesus explains that his presence changes everything. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. Jesus does not patch up old religious systems. He introduces an entirely new way of life shaped by his presence. Point 4, authority over death and desperation. Faith that interrupts the impossible. 2 stories intertwine. A ruler whose daughter has died. A woman bleeding for 12 years. One is powerful, one is invisible, but both are desperate. Both reach for Jesus, and life is restored and health returns, bleeding stops. No status is too high, no condition too low to access the presence of the king. Faith does not demand perfection, only reach. Point 5, authority that opens blind eyes. Mercy for those who see their need. 2 blind men cry out, "Have mercy on us, son of David." They recognize what others miss, his identity, his mercy, and their need. Jesus responds not to polished theology, but to raw trust and real prayer. Point 6, authority that breaks spiritual bondage. Power is misinterpreted by the proud. Jesus delivers a demonized man, restoring speech. The crowds marvel, but the Pharisees accuse. 1 miracle, 2 responses. When hearts are hardened, even deliverance can be rebranded as darkness. Point 7, authority that sends laborers. The king's heart is for the nations. Matthew 9 ends not with a miracle, but with compassion. Jesus sees the crowds harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. His response is not criticism, but solution, a commissioning. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So pray to the Lord of the harvest to send forth laborers into the harvest field. Authority that truly reflects Jesus does not end in comfort, but it flows into mission. Here is Matthew 9 in 1 sentence. The king who forgives sins, restores lives, challenges religion, and sends laborers reveals that the kingdom is not about control, but compassionate authority that multiplies restoration. If you caught the heart of the king, type Jesus in the comments and join our free Antioch Instagram group where I'll keep you up to date with future lives and trainings. If you've been enjoying my content, share this with somebody who needs this. God bless.